Nahmaduhu nusalli ala rasulihil kareem. Part 2. I want to write, but. Well, there are some brothers and sisters asking me this common question about writing. They say, is there any course in writing that we can do? The answer is very simple. Most of the writers, world famous writers, many of them are dropouts, many of them are bestsellers. I tell you, there are two types of writers in our society. One, the extremely fantastic writers. They are called superb writers like Shakespeare, H.G. Wells, and all these people. They are English, superb English. They are grammatical miracles, wonderful. They write excellently. And there are the bestsellers. They write junk. They are junk writers, but they sell best. 1 million copies and 10 million copies in 1 year, and on Amazon.com, they are the best sellers. But their work is not anywhere compared to the work by Shakespeare and other speakers, other writers. They don't write like that. So, what is the difference? Shakespeare may be a good writer, but his writings are not marketed the way these junk writers are marketed. So we have two types of writers, and now you have to decide what type of a writer you want to become. You want to become a classic writer, or do you want to become a bestseller? See, the job of a Muslim writer or an Islamic writer is to market his work. Don't worry too much about your grammar. Don't try to write a polished grammar. Don't do that. Your ideas, your arguments should be very simple. For example, there are three types of writings normally available. The first is the descriptive writing. We write a descriptive essay, like you visited a seashore, you describe the sound, color, place, people. This is called descriptive writings. In some writing courses, they ask you to write one full page on a table, describing a table. That is called a word portrait, not a painter. A word portrait. Look, if you want to test your adjectives, you try to write descriptive essay on any object. You can personify that object, you can metaphorize that object, but the description should be very correct and very close to the object, so that when a person reads your note on a table or a pen, he should be absorbed in it. Use as much adjectives as you can. In a narrative essay or a narrative writing, you are describing an incident. So there you need a combination of adjectives as well as adverbs. Adjectives and adverbs. You need both. So you want to test your or improve your narrating incident style of writing, then you must describe with the help of adjectives and adverbs certain actions, like what happened when there was a fire, and what happened when you entered a house. It was a haunted house and you were alone. So you describe a child crying. This is how you improve, and this is not to be done regularly. This is just to get yourself or your mind acquainted in picking up from the words from our data bank. We have a data bank of words over here, and the number of words that are here are equivalent to the number of words, a little lesser than the best-selling writers. Don't get me wrong. You don't need to mug up whole dictionary or thesauruses. No, you don't need to mug up whole. You don't need to memorize the whole dictionary or thesaurus. We all have the same amount, a little more and less. If we are from an English medium school, we all have same number of words in our mind. The only difference is how frequently you use them. So try to use adjectives and adverbs in describing action. Then the third is argumentative, and that is where a large number of Muslims, they lag behind. We have to argue for a good cause, like a salesman or a marketer who is convincing his or her customers, to convince them, to persuade them to buy their products, to accept their products. And that's what we have to do. Our product, I mean, the thing that we are promoting is Quran and the Islamic way of life, the Islamic way of thoughts, and the judiciary of Islamic judiciary system. These are the things that we are promoting by our writing, and these are the things we want to promote. So for that, we have to be descriptive, narrative, as well as argumentative. How do you improve your argumentative writing? How? Very simple. Pick up a topic. For example, do graduates become more successful than dropouts in a professional life or in their financial life? Pose a subject like this. Or is co-education destructive for the society? Or should sex education be promoted in schools? Now these are general topics. And because of these general topics, you can think for and against in order to come out with more ideas of what the other person thinks about. So with this, you can really come out in a wonderful manner and improve your argumentative writings. You can have 10 points in favor and 10 points against. While writing against, see to it that you cut off the opponent's points. So you are debating with your own self while you are writing. And if you are bored within 10 points, know that you don't have a potential or a zest to become a writer. Don't write to become famous. Write to make Islam famous. Is that clear? Inshallah. See you next time with more inputs and more motivating and inspiring lessons in writing skills for Islam. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.